We've also got Hey guys, it's Laura J. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I like to do get ready with me style videos using products that are new to me, or just need a little bit more love in my collection. So today I'm not really going to be using anything new or new to me, just some products that need more love in my collection. Some of them are more new than others, but some of them I've had for quite a while, and I enjoy them. So I have been having a lovely Sunday. It is very late. Well, it's the afternoon. It's not very late in the afternoon. But it's been raining all morning, and I just kind of laid in bed and listened to the sound of the rain for a while, and got up, made myself a pot of coffee and some oatmeal, and I basically, I lit a candle, and I've just kind of been hanging out in the house and listening to the Lore podcast, just sort of reruns of the Lore podcast, which is one of my favorite podcasts of all time, and just like sitting, moody, in a moody dark room playing a game on my iPad, and that's just kind of how I've been spending the day. So it's been kind of nice. I mean, it's not depressing. I don't mean moody in like a really depressing way. It's just kind of, it's dark and it's kind of sleepy and just, very low energy, and I'm just kind of really enjoying the day, because the weekends in the fall can start to get really busy, because I live in a city where college football is a big deal. Kind of. I don't know. I mean, it's a big industry, at least. So Saturdays, when the team is in town, there's just a lot going on. There was also a really big event happening at the same time this weekend, and I could hear the announcements coming over the lake this morning. I was kind of lying in bed and listening to them, and they're all up at 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, no, sorry. So it's been a little busy, and I had some family stuff going on, which made it, I wouldn't say it made it busy, it just made it eventful. I got to take care of the family dog for a few days, and just kind of, worry a little bit about other people, but mostly it was, I mean, it's been fine. But yeah, I just have been feeling really kind of mellow and chill today, so I thought I would just jump on here and do a quick little makeup look, and maybe just talk about some things that I am looking forward to this fall. I did my sunscreen already. You just saw me do my brows. And this is the Lorac Fairytale Forest palette. And before I use that, I actually need to put on some eye primer. So I left my windows open today, so maybe you can hear some of the rain outside, and just kind of nice little backdrop. I'm never really sure what this camera can and can't pick up. It certainly doesn't pick up my voice very well, and sometimes that's mostly my fault because I don't project. But I've been thinking about maybe getting a microphone or something that I can hook into because I use my iPhone as my camera. I've never really seen any reason not to. I do this mostly as a hobby, so I'm not about to go spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a vlogging camera. And I really am, I'm kind of like, my setup is really kind of sort of ad hoc. I'm obviously in my bedroom, And you can see my, I always forget to take something off the bed that you can see. And you know, I've got the lights in here, my box lights, but that's about it. I've got a little bitty ring light on my camera, and I'm just sitting here zoomed in, and hopefully I am in focus. I don't always know. Hopefully the ring light isn't washing everything out. Sometimes that happens. So I do my best to provide like a quality video, but again, it's kind of it's more of a hobby for me. And you know, I edit on my phone, I upload on my phone. So all of that is just, it's not that I don't care, it's just that I just need it to be a hobby and not something that's, you know, work. And thankfully I'm not monetized, so I don't have that pressure on me. But yeah, I really do enjoy doing videos and just sitting here and chatting and putting on makeup. I did use the color Oak right here from the Lorac Fairytale Forest. This was their holiday release from last year, and they released this, or at least announced it. I think they announced it in October, and then I think it took a really long time for it to actually come out, and it came out I think in November. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing if they're going to be doing another pro holiday palette. I know they recently released one of their unzipped palettes not too long ago for summer. I didn't pick that up, but I really do like these pro palettes, the new style with the removable pans. And so I'm interested to see if they'll come up with like an interesting color story again for fall. I didn't pick up the initial two first releases of this, the Soleil and the Noir, but I am very tempted by the Noir. For whatever reason, I don't know, but it just looks really pretty. Not that I need it, but it's, you know, I am interested to see if they will come out with another pro palette and whether it will have any sort of interesting like blue or purple kinds of shades for winter, or holiday. But I guess we'll see. I mean, this came out and it's got some greens and some pinks, but mostly it's, you know, neutrals. But I really do enjoy this palette. It's quite pretty. It's just a nice everyday, whether it's summer, fall, winter. It's incredibly versatile. So I've just really been enjoying it and coming back to it. And I think that's part of the allure and charm of this sort of new system of Lorac, is like it makes me want to come back to it. It's not just a palette that you buy and you go, oh, that's cute, and then you do one look with it and you're done. But yeah, this one just keeps me coming back, so I like that. So I'm just using some of the shimmers. I'm using Komorebi on the lid with a brush, and now I'm just putting a little bit of Enchanted, which is kind of this duochrome brown to green to gold, just sort of lightly on the outside of my eyes with the finger, not doing anything. And there is quite a bit of fallout with these shades, but it's not too bad. I just need to wipe it off, obviously. Using my fingers, so I'm getting stuff all over my face, but I usually don't mind it too much. But yeah, I think this is a nice versatile little palette, whether you get it for holiday or whether you get it for summer. I mean, it's for all times of year. It's really beautiful. So still loving the Fairytale Forest. And I'm gonna go wipe my eyes off and be right back. So I'm just pulling out my Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh tint in the color Light. And I'm gonna use like 1.5 pumps. So as you can probably tell, I am really looking forward to fall. it's the time of year that I just love most, as you know, basic as it is. But I'm just really, this summer was obviously very different. I usually don't love the summer, but this actually felt like a normal summer after, you know, the past 2 years. And not that everything's back to normal, but it definitely felt like a normal summer where you could, you know, you're still being careful, but you can get up and go to a coffee shop, or take a walk around the neighborhood. Or, you know, I love to walk, so I'm kind of all over the place. I walk to different neighborhoods, you know, go inside stores, go to Target. So, you know, it's been a different kind of summer, and for that I'm very thankful. It's just not my favorite time of the year because it's too hot, and things just start to feel more normal when fall starts to roll around. There's more people in the city because all the students come back, and sometimes, you know, it's really hard to just, it's really hard on the weekend just to find a place to sit down at a cafe. And sometimes that's annoying, but there's still, you know, I'm still grateful that that I live in a city where I can do that. Like, I can get out of my house on the weekend when I need to. I'm not trapped inside. So I'm just trying to be, like, I'm not a very assertive person. I'm trying to be a little bit more assertive this year about, you know, finding a place to sit, and just being around people again. I think that's been one of the hardest things, is just to be around people, because I'm naturally an introvert and I'm not a social person at all. As you can probably tell by the way I ramble during these things, but it helps if I can get out to a coffee shop and sort of, you know, stake out a table for like an hour or two. Not sitting on a laptop and not sitting on my phone, but just sitting with a cup of coffee and a book, and just being around people and learning to be around noise and movement again, because that's one of the things, is because I live alone, I'm not used to the noise of other people. And so sometimes I get a little bit worked up about, you know, noise in the neighborhood and noise of people talking, and that's not, that's on me. That's a normal thing that people do. They talk, they move, they make noise. And I live in a city, and I understand that people talk and move and make noise. I live near 3 hospitals. I'm well used to ambulance sirens going by and police sirens going by. Those types of things don't bother me. I have helicopters flying by. That kind of stuff doesn't bother me. Airplanes. But just like the nervousness of sort of being around people and people talking, because, you know, part of the spread of what we just went through was, you know, it's through the air, and you know, it's coming out of your mouth, and it's, you know, getting onto other people. And so just being around people again and not worrying about that, knowing that I'm vaccinated. I'm planning on getting the booster for the new strain, and I'm looking forward to much cooler nights and the smell of burning leaves and pumpkin spice everything. And again, I know I'm super basic, but it really doesn't bother me that I am. I love the spooky season. I'm not a horror movie fan, but I do love, you know, spooky, scary. I love suspense. Like, I love really old horror movies, like from the 30s and 40s. I don't really like anything bloody or gory, but I love old, you know, I love atmospheric horror and ghost stories, which is part of the reason why I like lore so much, because it's scary, but it's all in your head. As the days get shorter, spending evenings, hopefully getting more drinks with my friends because they'll be back in town, but then also just some nice evenings like this with the rain coming down and a candle lit and listening to a podcast or something. I'm not someone who binges like TV, but I do binge podcasts quite a bit. So I've done a video in the past about my favorite podcasts, and if you'd like an updated video about podcasts that I'm currently listening to, let me know. I'd love to share that because there's so many out there that I just, spend hours of my life listening to. I'm using the Beige in Deep Apricot to deepen up my face, and I'm using a brush. I use a very small drop because this is very deep for my skin, but it is beautiful once it sort of shears out on my face. It just kind of melts into the skin and just leaves a really nice sun-kissed look on your face. It's a little bit redder than probably some people would love, but I think it just looks really pretty. And I'm really enjoying this formula from Chanel. And I'm kind of hoping, I know this formula got really mixed reviews online, and it really hasn't been talked about since it came out, but I'm really hoping that they either do some different colors or come out with like a highlighter version of this. And I would love for them to do a highlighter version that somehow does not have glitter all up in it, because I think this would be a beautiful formula to just brush along your cheeks and just have a beautiful like balm-like shine. And I know Chanel does the balms and all of that, but I think I would really enjoy it in this sort of liquid form. So I'm kind of like, I love it because it's like in the Beige, in the Water Fresh, I have the skin tint. I do use obviously concealer with it, and then I have like a bronzy tone, and then obviously I have the light pink for my blush. I'm still enjoying this quite a bit, and I just use a couple of pumps, and this is all on the back of my hand, all kind of mixed up together. But yeah, I've been using a brush with this one too lately, which I have been liking. I do still think I get more pigmentation on my cheeks if I just apply it directly, but I also get like, with a brush I get more more of a diffused sort of watercolory look, whereas if I apply it directly I can sometimes miss the pieces that don't break up. So I do enjoy them. I do enjoy applying it both ways, with both directly and with a brush, but right now I've been enjoying doing it with a blush. So with a brush, blush with a brush, 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 blush, brush. And then I am going to use a bit of the Laura Mercier blush color Infusion in All That Sparkles. This is from her Rose Gold collection, or RoseGlow collection. RoseGlow. I always call it Rose Gold. It's a RoseGlow collection. Just to kind of set and deepen up. You don't really need to set the Water Fresh blush, but it does kind of sort of deepen up the light pink a bit because it is so pale. It just gives a nice little glow to it. Just gonna set my under eyes and the center of my face with the KIKO Blossoming Beauty Blooming Perfecting Powder. This is the cute one with the flower in the middle of it that I kind of substituted for the Chanel blush, the Camellia blush from a recent collection. I can't remember, this spring, I think. Yeah. And this has been a really great powder. I thought it would be really chalky, but it just kind of disappears into my skin and really does add a brightening effect. Not like I said, again, not like a chalky brightness, but it really just sort of lifts and sets without looking too drying. I suppose I have a mirror on this that I can use. And yes, I do have a blemish right there. Probably from switching up my skincare recently. Yeah, another wonderful thing about this palette is the mirror is amazing. It's just really clear. It's not magnifying, but it's just like, it's really clear. And it's big, and I like it. It's a really good mirror. And I'm going to return to the Physicians Formula times Whaley Hong Butter Collection, and I'm going to go into Golden Hour. I actually kind of hit pan. There's like a dent in here. I mean, it's a putty formula. You can easily, you know, spread it back over, but I did hit pan. I could see pan the other day. So yeah, I've been super enjoying this color. This is like a beautiful, just like golden color. I just really love it, with this sort of bronzy look for summer. It's one of the things that I sort of discovered this summer. I mean, I suppose starting this winter, or last winter, is that I am enjoying using like a tint instead of a full foundation. And we'll see if that follows through in the fall and the winter. I might change my mind, but you know, with the with the sweatier weather, the more humid weather, I obviously sweat, and you know, I don't feel like layers and layers of foundation are coming off when I, you know, walk to work and you know, go for a walk. I don't know why I just put that under my eye, but whatever. You know, because I walk all the time. Like, I don't have a car, so I just walk all the time, and so I'm constantly sweating my face off. And it's just been really nice to use a skin tint that is just really light and doesn't clog your pores and just doesn't look like you're missing big chunks of it when you wipe off parts of your face. So that's one thing. I've enjoyed the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder, and I've been loving the Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh Tint. As you can see, I just got this like a month or two ago, and it's already like, yeah. So finally started using this little eyelash curler. I got this a couple of years ago in the e.l.f. Advent calendar, and I never used it until a week or so ago, because this thing terrifies me. It still does every time I put it near my eye. I'm waiting for the time when I put it too close and pinch myself or tear out an eyelash. And I'm not really sure that it does anything, but I think it's starting to make the lashes go up. My issue is my issue isn't that I don't have lashes, it's that I have lashes, but they're very, very light and they stick out. So mascara is a must, just to like make it look like I have something around my eyes. So I do use a brown mascara when I'm doing a lighter makeup day. I prefer it, but also it just seems to be a little bit, see, I always do that, seems to be a little bit easier to apply when I curl my lashes, but think I still need to get used to the idea a little bit more, because the idea of it still terrifies me. Because it just looks like such a weird contraption to put on your eyes. Okay, gonna go wash my hands. Okay, almost done. I'm going to finish up with the Colourpop Luxe Lip Oil. This is almost finished. This is the one in Playa Vista. I actually took the stopper out recently. I love these things so much. Not a ton of tint, but they feel so nice on the lips, and I'm not going anywhere. And even if I was, I don't need a lot of color, so again, I think it just complements the like kind of reddish bronzy summery look. I love this lip oil, it feels so good. So I don't really use a setting spray right now just because I've been using a lot of water-based products. They're not cream products, they're water-based products. I mean, obviously I'm using powder under my eyes and some of the Laura Mercier powder, but mostly just haven't felt like I've needed it. So yeah, it's been really nice to not have to finish it off that way and just kind of feel fresh, and even though I'm wearing makeup, not feeling like it's just sitting heavily on me, and it can wash off really easily. So that's just been the vibes this summer. Again, I am so looking forward to fall. Maybe I will soon get in the mood for deeper, more dramatic looks, but right now I'm just loving this vibe. All of these products have been working so well for me, so I thought instead of like going out and buying something new, I would just, you know, use what I have. So this again is the Lorac Fairytale Forest, the Physicians Formula Butter Collection with Wei Li Hong, the Maybelline Sky High Mascara, the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer, the Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh line, KIKO Milano Powder, Matte Ulta Eye Primer, It Cosmetics Brow whatever, and the Colourpop Luxe Lip Oil. Those have just been my go-tos lately. I still go back and forth. Like, I've been using this a lot lately, but I've also been going back and forth between my busier palettes. I still love those so much. I'm interested to see what they're coming out for fall and holiday, and just enjoying the stuff that I have. I did buy the Alice in Wonderland palette from Sigma. I know I said I was gonna wait, and I waited a day, but I did use a code to sort of lessen the price tag, but I wanted to buy some brushes. I wanted to buy the Sigma eye primer and try that out, so I only bought the palette and some brushes and the eye primer, so no whole sets or anything, and I just really wanted the palette. I'm really excited for it. So, and considering that, you know, I've been able to not go out and add all of these Chanel tweed eyeshadows to cart, I've decided that I don't need to spend about $400 on 16 eyeshadows. I feel like I've been pretty good, and I can bring that palette, I can bring the Alice in Wonderland palette into my life, because I've also been enjoying the Cinderella palette recently too, and reusing that. So let me know what kind of makeup you have been enjoying lately, what releases you're looking forward to. Are you looking forward to fall? Are you sad to see summer ending, or are you just looking forward to winter again and just being cozy in the house? And let me know. Thank you for sitting down with me and chatting. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any of those would be welcome, and all of them would be appreciated. And I will see you in the next one.